but apparently I'm really loud. If we want to fix that first.
That's just kind of a you thing, though.
If you think I'm good to go, I can get started.
Yeah, absolutely.
DK's got it. All right, let's go. You've probably all seen Volpey's friend at this point, but I don't know if you've watched me, Umar, Wkerrick speedrun it. I don't know that anyone else has run this game at all.
Yeah, hopefully you playing this makes people realize like how awesome this hack is. So this is from like 2015, right?
Yep.
So this is old school K-Pack, and I'm gonna be honest, playing through it, it looks like it's from 2015, all right? But the mechanics are sound. There's no cape spin patch. There's nothing that's gonna hold your hand through this. This is just OG K-Pack, and it's super fun.
Got the hardest levels in the first world. Hopefully I get fast fly. That's why it's the hardest level. You gotta get fast fly. But I'm blind. And I got slow fly. It's over. What's even the point, dude? Come on.
Yeah, this hack starts off super easy at first. It like kind of lulls you into a false sense of security. And then once you hit the later levels, you don't even remember the first 10 levels because it's been so long since you've seen them. You end up doing really crazy stuff in this. Like this one's just kind of a lazy little run through some pipes, and then you're just right at the end. It's no big deal yet, right?
The idea there is to have you dive bomb, but I can't be bothered.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of strats you see in this where he's just not going to do what's intended, just kind of carve his own path. But that's another cool thing about this hack is it's like super open.
Yeah.
It doesn't force you to do anything any one way. That's why I like the Volpey series is one of my favorite series of hacks for that reason. It's just super open world, and you can do whatever it takes to get to the end.
Can I get a 5?
5.
There's a lot of 5s on screen right now. Yeah. It's honestly wild how many actual speedrun strategies there are in this game. There's, especially in Special World and in Star World too, there's some just weird stuff that you don't see in any other hack speedrun.
Yeah, especially once we get to some of the later bosses, like the Boo bosses. There's just like, man, it's genius, the design behind a lot of these levels.
That shell is gone, but it'll come back. Since that...
Yep, that's the first Boo boss we saw. He threw that shell off screen, but it can respawn because he's just going to get it off screen real quick. There it is.
Now I gotta start over. So, I'd like to break a certain amount of these green blocks. They only break from shells because I made a cool setup to get a quick kill and end the level a little bit faster. So the level ends when the Boo actually just goes off screen. So if you're off screen horizontally, the level still ends. And hopefully I can actually show that. But this is like the spookiest place to do it.
Yeah,
and I've already died once, so I might...
Oh!
Okay.
Okay. Oh my goodness, dude.
That's not how any of that's supposed to work, but...
Landing on a black block, small Mario, iframe's about to end. It's not supposed to be that scary this early, all right?
I gotta throw for content. I will throw for content until I get the strategy in this next level because it's just too cool to pass up. It's not even, this level doesn't need a strategy at all, but one exists, so I have to do it.
Yeah, I recently saw you do this news chat, and it was just like, why though? Why are you doing this?
Turn around. Start over.
There we go. So this level, you just need to fly to the end and avoid the Koopas. Nothing crazy at all. Rezi, however, is taking a sticky fly path where he's just going to stick to that ceiling. Just go straight through those Koopas. Grab that shell and go on through. Man, if you had accidentally stomped that shell right there at the very end, that would have just been icing on the cake.
I have done that several times.
Hey, I'm just going to jump in here for a second with a quick donation.
Sure.
And I think chat can probably get in on this one. But we have $50 from Hank Sinatra that just says E.
Thank you, Hank. Ooh, getting stuck in that cloud there. What? How did I take damage before getting in the keyhole?
Oh, this is super sketchy. Typically, I always see like
Almost
go
to
for that
blow
cape
up.
cancel, grabbing the key and
Yeah.
keyhole. But I
So
guess
here
that's cool.
I've actually made some strats just to avoid luck from turnarounds. I'm gonna grab this P-switch on my way up from a pump and then just spam turning to go all the way back.
That's pretty smart. Because as we said earlier, for those who don't know what we meant by this doesn't have the cape spin patch, when he turns around, he's only got like a 50-50 shot. It's not guaranteed that he's going to turn around just because he spins his cape.
Here I'm grabbing this key, so there's... When you get to the bottom of this row with this disco shell, getting it through this last blue on-off block can be a big pain. So if I mess it up, I can just quickly hit the boo with this key and save it.
What's also
Like
cool about the
that?
order,
Oh,
most people
okay.
will use the shell first and then go for key 1 and then key 2. But yeah, he's able to like use the key as a backup. And if he didn't, he also sets himself up for a really cool kill on that key if he had saved it.
Yeah.
Because he would have
I
just
would've
left
been
the
able
key
to kill him off
behind.
screen.
And so while he's grabbing key 2, key 1 would have been doing work for him just by sitting there.
That was another no luck strat I made recently, throwing the key off the edge and grabbing it while turned around already.
That's
So I
pretty
don't have to
spooky.
fiddle.
That's pretty spooky though.
It's pretty
You
spooky.
gotta hope you grab the key in midair. It's like Superman just saving right before. All right, now we're out of the easy levels. These are probably not
one of my
any
favorite
harder,
strats.
honestly.
Yeah.
Once we hit special, this is cool though.
This took me forever to figure out it worked.
So normally you need a shell to get through these blocks, but Mario clips to the left when he's standing in one tile, so he just goes through the blocks. I cracked up whenever I saw that for the first time because we'd just been grabbing the shell for so long. Like, why wouldn't you? You got to break the blocks to get in the pipe.
The first time I did it was definitely by complete accident too. Oops. This is a level we were just talking to Dr. No about when Umar did his no cape turnaround challenge of this game.
Crazy.
He flew through this whole corridor backwards because he wasn't allowed to turn around when he picked up that switch.
So Rezi gets to turn around and just go back. But yeah, Umar did a run of this category once without turning around. He just flew with neutral fly and negative speed. It was insane. And he still got like sub-hour or something. It was crazy.
Oh,
and these arrows really give you big air, like really big air. Oh no, but you gotta stay in cape to get it.
I barely.
He's trying to hope to get to the ground. Oh.
You hate to see a death in this level. It's
not
anything special, but.
Oh man, I totally forgot that was the room 2 to this, because you just don't really die in that room, right? Like...
Never. There's no reason. Well, I don't know. Sometimes it just be like that.
So those arrows push you up. Like, if he just wasn't in cave, he might have been able to save it, but those arrows just kind of act finicky every now and then. You got to stay in, got to keep your parachute up. But they're really good whenever you're just like super low speed flying and you want to catch some really good altitude.
Yeah. They're kind of awkward, especially in this next level, when you just need to climb up, and that's the whole premise of the level, because I don't have the same feel for nice climbing with these arrows as I do without them.
Yeah, this one's interesting. It kind of gives you a little taste of those arrows in the previous level, and then this one just spams the arrows. There's gonna be a lot of levels where it's just like the spamming of an obstacle, and this is definitely one of them. And if any new player playing this just wants to make it easy, you can just hug that right side. Like, you see how high the arrows go up. Getting the turnaround, though, that's always the issue. And so
Thanks,
when he
game.
turns around and he's going the right way and not expecting it, like, you can end up going backwards and kind of dropping out of the sky. So you have to stay on top of that when you're doing cape and kind of rock your D-pad back and forth to get yourself some more altitude before you just fall out of the sky.
This is another really silly strat that took me way too long to think of. But instead of like navigating my way through this hellscape of
silly
enemies,
strat.
I'm just gonna not.
Yeah, so typically this level can kind of stink at first whenever you first start playing because there's so many obstacles to avoid. Rezi just found a spot on the right side. You can just kind of go down.
Whee.
Lots of the sack is difficult because it'll be like your first time seeing it and doing things like that. But when you run this a lot of the levels kind of become trivial.
Yeah. Star 5 is where we really get more of a taste of what the game actually is. Lots of
Yep,
shell missions.
this is kind of the intro to what we start seeing. This is a cool like shell escort mission, and we'll see another called Orb later on in Special World. But the idea is to just hit on and off blocks and escort the shell to the end without letting it despawn. So you got to manage your speed correctly. If you're holding back, really kind of pumping that parachute out, if you tap B while holding, X or Y, you're going to decrease your speed by 6. So you see he just mashed B right there until he's slowed way down. And if you want to go faster, you can just tap right on the D-pad, and that'll increase your speed by 4.
This is some epic scientific information I don't even know.
Man, the only hope that I had in being as good at you in this game was that you somehow knew like the science behind it natively. You're telling me you don't even... Jesus, I need to run this more.
So I actually did a sticky fly on that 2-tile thing at the beginning so I would get some extra height and be able to grab this block easier. And to get the first... Oh god. To get that first early hit, you actually need to turn around really early because when you first spawn in the boo, he takes longer to show up, and it gets really close with that throw block timer. I got pretty unlucky there and didn't back it up very well.
Oh, so that was a great example of like just not getting the turnaround you want. So you gotta
This
work
game
fast
hates
to
me.
fix it. Oh man.
Jeez.
Oh no. There we go. There we go. But when you play this hack, like that's what you come to expect. A lot of the trouble with this hack is just not getting the turnarounds you want, and that's going to be a lot of frustration players come across whenever they play this. But that's part of the fun in this hack is that you're going to get kind of screwed over by just basic vanilla mechanics. Oh my goodness.
That was like the nastiest Star 5 boss I've ever had, besides ones I just die in, but I mean, that was something. And welcome to first special level. That is its name.
Yeah, and so now we're I always consider this hack like pre-special and post-special, or pre-special and special. And now that we're in special, we're going to start seeing some cooler tricks here.
Shoutouts to BK, who found this strat, because Umar and I are just blind.
As they say, necessity is the mother of invention, and my cape control was abysmal when I first played this level, so I looked for creative ways of beating it and came up with this, which is easier and faster.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I want you to grab that P switch and like slow fly all the way up to the top. But BK found out, no, you just hit the switch and just climb the arrows. It's fine.
This might be the most infamous level. I
This is
turned myself
awful.
around by accident. I'm just gonna start over there.
So this level, you want a regular fly with that P switch. We call it an item fly, right? And
Yeah.
so to set that up, he's gonna fly all the way up to the top and throw the P switch up and grab it while it's in the air after he goes into parachute mode, and he has to fly with it. Now there's still only 50-50 chance he's gonna face the right way, and he has to get a dive bomb or slow fly over that top.
Yeah, I've started slow flying over and I didn't have the height for it.
And it's all against a P-switch timer. That first P-switch he hits, it sets off a timer, and he has to make it to that ledge by the end of it. The boss is really cool. This level is just the worst.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Oh, okay. So you also kind of usually want to get rid of those coins around the on-off block. Rezi's just going to try to fly through this. If he touches any of those, he dies. He made it, though.
What? Killed the guy. Get out of here. Ah! Okay. I'm just gonna start
things
over.
are taking a turn. So this is a really cool a level that kind of shows off a mechanic that you don't see a lot of the time, and that's stacking ground pounds. Like when you're flying, you just hold right, Mario will take the time to like go into an animation where he ground pounds. But to do it in a 3-tile high spot like Mario's standing in right now, he needs to stack them, which means like hitting and letting go and re-grabbing right 2 to 3 times while he's in the air and making sure to hold right as you smash down. So every time you hold right, it's going to cut that time that it takes for Mario to reach ground pound state. And it's kind of annoying because sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. But it also shows off tech like the takeoff meter, where once he jumps, you have a takeoff meter that sets itself to 80, right? And it decreases by 1 per frame. And if Mario jumps or falls off a ledge, any sort of falling while that meter's going down, if he's holding Y, he's going to go into a cape mode. So if he just keeps jumping after he hits the ground, that timer hasn't run out yet. So he can get 2-3 smashes before he actually needs to reset again and run to the right or left.
That was actually a very good boss. No, I'm
128
not
on the
holding my
timer, not
controller
bad.
upside down. I'm using my right hand on the D-pad and my left hand on the buttons.
It's not a bad strat. I don't know. I'm just used to mashing real hard with my right hand, so sometimes it kind of eases up. Because your left hand takes a beating in this hack.
I found that just getting 2 really nicely timed taps in is the best method for that. No mashing required. It's just still impossible with my left thumb.
Now this level really makes you like worry about cape speed, like really small cape speed, because he doesn't want to move fast at all, and there's gonna be things spawning that are trying to get him. So he also has to use negative speed every now and then. You'll see when he starts going backwards. You really want to risk or avoid getting 0 speed, which means he'll just drop out of the sky if he doesn't correct it. This is the level that really decides whether or not you're going to beat the hack or not. If you make it through the end of this level on your first time playing it, you're probably going to end up beating the hack.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It tests a lot of people's patience.
Yeah. Whoa, the P-switch went backwards. This is a nice P-switch grab I made. Okay, well that's not as nice, but I mean this still works, I guess.
Yeah.
You can do a really nice spin fly to grab that instead of doing some slow fly shenanigans.
Yeah, what it wants you to do is just like fly normally and grab that switch and then kind of go up through all the blocks. It's awful what it wants you to do.
Oh no.
And Rezi figured out, oh, you can just kind of what we were talking about the takeoff meter earlier. He can just spin fly to it and come right back up, do a 1-tile fly off that cloud. And then you can hit the P switch, and before it disappears, throw it up and hit the boo with it. So you get a free hit. It's an easy P switch grab. It made this. I was so mad when I found out about this because I played through it my first time without knowing you could do that.
I accidentally got into slide state when I grabbed that last block, so there was basically no hope of saving it, but it's alright. Oh god.
Oof. Yeah, just oh my goodness.
That's a pretty safe quick kill actually, because that like diagonal section goes 1 off screen, I think. So like as soon as he goes off screen, you're pretty much already in the clear to land on the blocks.
You so calmly did something that just made my heart rate increase so much. Oh, the
And here
auto
we have a
scroller.
test of can I follow my own directions? Everything should theoretically be the exact same in this level every time, but sometimes I like to just not. This autoscroller is definitely a huge pain to get through the first time you're playing this, because
Oh yeah.
the screen wrapping on these piranha plants when they throw the fireballs, the screen wrapping on that guy that just jumped, it makes it really hard for a blind player. And then these blocks just destroy you at the end, and those fish destroy you if you don't hit the block right away.
There's so many things that just try to get you at the screen's edge where it forces you, where it's just like the level's just kind of doing gotcha moments.
Yeah.
And then you have to slowly auto scroll through the entire thing again. Although if you do miss cape and end up going through the pipe, it gives you an opportunity to get another cape to reach the exit. You just have to do a bunch of key jumps in
It's very
one
evil.
tile wide hallway filled with death blocks.
Welcome to
But it's
Twitch.
fair.
These Chucks are viewers, and I guess I'll kill them since I turned around by accident. Whoa, that fish is coming up and around. I've never seen him do that.
Oh! So this level is gonna show off Sticky Fly, which is where you just try to catch big air as you come up on a ceiling, because the game's not gonna really let Mario out of that state until he goes up a certain amount, and he never reaches that height. It just kind of sticks him to the ceiling. So you got to do a lot of that in this
dip
level.
down over those.
This is probably one of my favorite bosses, though. I love the design in this boss that we're about to see.
I had to kill that stream monster at the end. He was making a racket.
So he's going to hit that P-switch to get rid of some death blocks that are sitting around this boo.
Oop.
But if you notice those silver coins that just came into view and bounced off, he can't touch those because those are shells he needs to use to defeat the boo. So you got to kind of manage your speed around those, where you want to get to them quickly, but then slow down to avoid the silver coins, and then go through and open yourself up a way to kill the boo.
It's fascinating how many different ways you can choose to beat this boss.
Everyone has their own way. It's wild, yeah.
I used to recycle the P-switch, but you'll see here I've made a new development. Whoa!
Now the death blocks again, and he needs to use those 2 shells. Oh my goodness, what are you doing to me?
That's fine. So I decided it was best if I just throw that shell at him while I'm flying. And then I come and pick up this one.
Okay, he just did that so casually. So you can let go of an item and still continue flight if you drop it at either the very top or very bottom of Mario's arc. And you don't want to do that because it's such a small window to do it. And you just throw that in casually into your strat for this boss.
I don't know if anyone saw, but there was like a narrow gap. I had to throw that green shell through, and I almost hit myself with it. That was spooky.
Could have bounced back on you.
Ah, I missed the pipe.
Classic. So this is the second escort mission that we have, where he needs to escort the shell to and fro.
Whoa.
Releasing these checkpoints, but it is now filled with orbs that he has to avoid.
I'm just missing every block in a really fancy way.
It shows off good speed management, though. Missing one of those switches and having to come back on it is one of the worst feelings in this hack. Because you can spend so long just working on managing your speed or turnarounds or something like that, and there's so many things that can kill you by going off screen or getting 0 flight or 0 speed.
I don't even hear this shell. Okay, he's still here. It's okay. Oh, come on, man. I was trying to speed up and get past it right there, and I was way too slow. We did it,
man.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, so just like I was saying to this level, you like put in so much time to turnarounds and managing cave speed and all that, and then you hit an orb. It's the worst feeling. Just like, oh, I invested so much time into this. All in all, it's not that bad of a level though.
Whoa, I just got sticky fly.
Nice.
I'm so slow, I gotta not get this orb. Okay. That was
Yeah, that's
spooky.
another. Oh my god, that's another thing about this hack is like sometimes you get really slow speed, but you don't want to fix it and try to go a little faster because you might go too fast.
Gonna double hit that one and just skip one of the blocks. Then you have to double hit this one to let it
Yeah,
through.
it sneaks in a little double hit right there.
And you gotta go get the P-switch. And my
That
previous
one
world
last
record.
orb.
My previous world record, I collected almost every coin down there except the one the door was on. It's terrifying. Oh my god, I wall clipped and almost walked into the orb.
Oh my.
Jeez.
Oh my god, man, what are you doing to me?
My room's like 8 trillion degrees and I'm just over here playing Cape, sweating. Here we just gotta throw 3 items while flying.
Yeah, it's
Technically,
like he
only
did in that
2,
last boss where he let go of a shell and continued flying. It's that exact trick he added into that last boss, but you have to do it twice. This third one, you can just kind of let go and float down. But Rezzy's got swag out, man. You gotta still fly after the third one. Come on now. Dude, 5:27 on the timer? That's wild.
Here, shoutouts to Spud, shoutouts to Hyper6.
So this level, like, this takes most newcomers so long. This is the worst level for any newcomer. Like, lots don't even pass it. Rezzy's got just a crazy strat now that is insane, just based on cape canceling. And you're supposed to just slow fly through the whole level, essentially.
Ah, man. Almost backed it up. I'm pretty sure the heater's on. This is what happens when you got roommates. Same. It's really the hardest part of this strat, even if it doesn't look like it. It's this first jump, and I was talking about
Yep.
before the run. On average, it's probably best to just not do this first part. But what's the point then?
It's too good of a strat. It's too good of a strat to
I
not
need
see.
the whole thing. Get up there.
So yeah, normally I just want you to just fly through this level as you normally would and just take turnarounds where you can and manage your speed. Rezzy's just gonna face first him and cape cancel his way through it.
Ah, I knew that was way too early of a dive bomb. I'm not even just like floating down and carefully cape canceling. I am like purposefully dive bombing directly into the munchers in several spots to get a better angle and avoid the angled munchers. Get up there. This jump hates me. This is like the most... I wasn't able to find any like nice float frame roll like holds. Just hold down the button for this. So I'm like very rhythmically just... it's not even a rhythm. It's just I'm just tapping the jump button 3 times and hoping it was right. Clearly something that maybe needs some more practice, but it's still pretty hard.
Yeah, it's an insane strat. I mean, anything that like utilizes cape mechanics, you can probably always find a harder way to do it.
Yeah. So there I dipped down. I dipped down again. Ooh, I bonked. Oh, it's okay. Nice.
Oh my goodness, dude, it's such an insane strat. Just a few jumps and cape cancels, and he's up there. What would take so many runners just so long to beat. So this is just a holdout boss. This boo's gonna hurt himself on those keys. Rezi just needs to survive until about 7 on the timer, I think.
Sounds right.
So he just needs to either rely on turnarounds here at the end or just negative speed flyback. Of course, he's going to pick the harder way. I mean, arguably, turnarounds are harder. It depends on how good you are at negative speed, right? That's missing turnarounds is not fun in this.
I gotta do the cool strategy. I got a decent speed, so... Don't got 1 speed. Very sad, but what is this? Maybe 3 speed? I don't think it's 2.
Nah. I assume it was a 3 if you're not finding yourself on 0 at any point.
Ah, yeah, true.
There's a good one right there, right?
Very nice.
Very nice flying. 1 attempt. Whew.
Now we've just got the final boss. There's no level before this boss.
Yep, this is just a
nice
straight up
Yoshi
boss
music.
level. This is so fun, like, to go in and, like, figure out for yourself the first time.
I have
To
seen
just realize
like
what you're looking
just
at.
20 different ways of beating this boss. All
Right.
Pagyo did was give you some items and then shove a big boo in a crap ton of blocks, and it was over. And then people took it and were like, maybe this works.
Figure it out. Yeah, it's just a bunch of blocks, a P-switch, a boo, and some
I
keys.
missed.
That's the beauty about this design, is he just, like, gives you setups, and he's just like, all right, you figure it out. I don't know. So one way me and Rezi like doing is you just hit that switch and carve yourself out a V, and that's going to give you a place to throw the keys. He gets way sketchier with them key throws than I do, but you'll see what I'm talking about in a second, probably.
I really wanted to hit the boo with that first key, kind of just midair, but I messed up the timing a little bit. So I had to... There's a little platform in the bottom left of this level that the key could have landed on when it missed the boo, but thankfully it did not. Okay, I need to fix this one. I think this is too high.
Yep, your very first key was a little high, so this is where he gets sketchy with his key throws. He's not going to
If
get
I can
down.
do this without losing flight, that'd be cool.
He's going to
Oh,
put the
why
key in a
not?
better spot to hit that boo, and then try to figure out a way to live.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
jeez.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
That has to
got
have
it.
been like the last frame.
How
God.
long were you in iframes? Holy cow. That's a GG right there. That's the hack. That is Volpey's friend right there. Some blocks, a boo, some keys. Figure it out. Have a heart attack.
We got the sub 33.
Oh my god. So now
Gotta get the
Volpey's
true
friend's been
ending.
rescued. That was an incredible ending to that run.
I am amazed that that worked. I scrolled the screen there at the end, you might have noticed, to get the boo off the screen so he would die faster. I cannot believe I did not die either by bonking my head into that ceiling at the end or by just sitting on the ground. Ah,
Absolute insanity.
Rezi, I want you to know that was possibly the most stressful thing I've ever seen in a marathon run.
my room is a sauna. My body must have thinks it was about as stressful as you thought it was.
Yeah, my cat's freaking out staring at me right now because I just out of nowhere started freaking out there at the end. He's concerned.
I'm not in the key jumping mood today, but we gotta get this true ending. Come on, man. There we go.
I'm just gonna get a donation in while you do these key jumps. We got $25 from Glitter Biscuits that says E E E E E E E E E E.
E.
That was a lot.
Thank Glitter Biscuits.
Yeah, that's about all I got to show here.
Yeah, GG's.
GG, Rezi, that was an awesome run. That was super fun.
Thank you. Not too shabby. That's Definitely a lot nicer than some of my earlier practice runs. Shame I couldn't show the sub 30, but dying is funny for content, so it's fine.
Either of you have any last shout outs or anything you want to say as we start getting ready for the next one for our bonus game?
Yeah, shoutouts to Volpey's friend.
If I got anything, I'll just keep it in the back of my head because I'm gonna be here for the next 5 hours or so.